All right, so my marketing department reached out to me last week and asked about the possibility of creating some sort of API or table which they could access to look at our hashtag usage and the activity associated with those. And I built something similar, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. And so I've just gone through here and kind of cleaned it up, rebuilt it, and added a UI to it. So let's take a look at how it works. So you put in the hashtags you want. So you can say whatever your hashtags are. You can press enter, comma, whatever, and that will add it into the queue here. If you accidentally put it in there, you can just close it out. And brand advocate. And if for whatever reason you fail to enter and then start hitting run, it'll figure out that automatically and fix it for you. So don't worry. And then it takes a minute or two to download. So it's going through there now. We'll do one at a time. And because so it dedupes on each segment. So like each hashtag, as it's looping through, it makes sure that there are no duplicates. However, it doesn't dedupe on multiples. So I have 3 different searches that I'm doing here, and a lot of them are going to be overlapping because people use multiple hashtags. And I purposely didn't dedupe that way because I imagine we want to track hashtags, but you could dedupe after the fact, you know. But anyway, here we have our information, and it's a TSV, so you can open it in Excel, which will be a little bit tricky, or you can just easily open it here in Google Sheets by insert sheet, tab separated value, no import. And I use TSVs because I prefer them. They're easier for me to manage. But anyway, here we are. We have the activity ID. So that's for deduping, essentially. The hashtag that was searched for. All of the hashtags that are in the text of the post, which you can see here, some of them are not, and that's because if it was a reshare, it's not pulling that out. I'm going to probably at some point go through there if that's needed from the team, but for now, this is the way it is. You get the URL of the post, the person who posted it, their LinkedIn profile, their LinkedIn ID, their headline, so that's typically going to be their title and employer, the text of the post, of their post, so if it's a share, that'll be there, and a number of comments, reactions. Likes by organization is a field that I imagine is not going to be in there, but I've included it. Number of likes, number of shares, some additional stuff in here. The number of reactions is basically your total number. It should be the same as likes, but it is a different field because you have likes, praise, empathy, appreciation, interest, probably some other stuff. Maybe like there's different reaction types, and so they're segmented out here. One other thing here is you'll notice that you have the timestamp as well as date posted. The reason for this is because you can easily sort with a timestamp. You wouldn't be able to do so with this. And so one other thing to note is that this is not that precise. So LinkedIn does not return that information in the API call. So what they do return, however, though, is some text that says how many minutes, hours, days ago, whatever, the post was created. And so basically I just convert that into whatever the milliseconds are, get the current time, subtract that, and then create a date out of it. And it's close enough. The further back you go, the less precise it's going to be, though, because it starts counting weeks and months, right? So keep that in mind. I've also noticed that it's only going back about a month, and I'm not sure why. But I also don't know that I really need to go back further than a month, because we can just run this once a month. But anyway, I'm going to post this on the Patreon site if you want access to it. And it will just be just the straight code like this. It will not convert to a bookmarklet because I started using some nullish coalescing and optional chaining syntax stuff, and apparently that does not convert into bookmarklet very well. So, whoops. But anyway, it'll be up there. You can copy paste it in if you want it. Good luck.